Hi, it's Mark here, and today I want to talk to you about the correlation between supplier innovation and your ability to deliver on your net zero and your greenhouse gas emissions targets. So the research has just come out, and we're very glad to be partnering with Gartner and giving you the ability to download the research. But today I'm going to take a few minutes just to give you a top level view of what the research shows. So firstly, and quite scarily, it's showing that most companies are going to miss their net zero targets because of their inability to partner and innovate with their suppliers to make those reductions across their supply chain. The research shows that most companies are only capturing about 28% of the value, the impact from supplier innovation against their ESG agenda, leaving a huge 72% of untapped potential from their suppliers. And when you have 80% of your greenhouse gas emissions in your supply chain, the ability to deliver on the net zero journey is going to be super hard if you're not actually working with your suppliers to capture the new technologies and decarbonize the products, the service you have, and through the value chain as well. Luckily, Gartner have come up with a three-step approach, highlighting what those more mature organizations who are able to capture more of the innovation and thus have more confidence on hitting their net zero targets are doing, so the other companies can learn from them. So here are the three steps. Firstly, it looks at how you identify the suppliers. So they look at a two-stage approach, both looking at the capability where most companies look at, but also the willingness and the commitments of those suppliers then to work with you. And if you think about that, you might have great capabilities for the supplier, but you're the customer of choice. But also, have they made the commitments around greenhouse gas emissions and net zero journey, that they're on the same path with you as well? So there's a great kind of framework that Gartner have put into the white paper that'd be really useful for you to either double check against the criteria you're doing around selection and/or use this as a boilerplate and then make it into your own for your business as well. The second part is around informing your suppliers about those challenges that you have. It may be around the categories and the technologies that you really need to transform because of the importance of the category, but also the lack of decarbonized solutions in the market. What are you looking for in terms of the technologies and how are you going to measure the impact? It's really important for your internal stakeholder management and the cross-functional teams working on these programs as well to be on the same page around what the challenge is when the innovations and the opportunities come through as well, because you don't want to be kind of acting like a Jekyll and Hyde with your suppliers who have great capabilities, all willingness to work with you, but then you're not aligned internally. And again, Gartner have done a great worksheet here on how you simply put together these challenges so your teams, but also the suppliers, are understanding what you need and inform them well on this as well. The final part is around focus. So this is really making sure that you have a consistent scoring mechanism of looking at the innovations that are coming through. So you have a clear requirement and need and how you're going to measure them, to then scoring the opportunities coming through, but also the importance of the steering committees you have. So how are you managing the stakeholders around this? And again, there's more research from McKinsey showing that companies that have deep supplier collaboration and innovation processes across their business are able to commercialize their supplier innovation 40% more quickly than their peers. And again, this will come around the innovation around greenhouse gas emissions and the net zero journey, the ability to make sure the cross-functional teams are aligned, the decision making, the ability to take it from an idea to a proof of concept all the way through to scale. So those steering committees are really important. And again, Gartner have come up with a great framework again for you to make your own around the scoring, and also some guidance around those steering committees as well. So again, those mature companies, those 95% of those mature companies really have steering committees as part of the guiding principle of their supplier innovation programs around greenhouse gas emissions as well. So think about the sustainability leads, the R&D, the manufacturing and operations team, all working together as one to work with the suppliers to deliver on that. So very quickly, that's how you at least close the gap, and hopefully this is a good step. But what you really need to do is get the full research, and to do that, if you take your camera out and take a picture of this QR code, it'll take you directly to a page where you'll be able to download the white paper and hopefully put this into practice. With that, I'll say goodbye, and let me know what you think of the white paper. Send me a DM or leave some comments below. But I think it's really valuable, and I really love the research that Gartner are doing at the moment around supplier collaboration, but also the correlation of this with the scope 3 reductions and the net zero journey. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more great stuff from them as well. With that, have a great day. Cheers.